Okay.
Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Miss Joyce Coon. I am a student at Central Georgia Technical College.
Very good, very good. You're in college.
Yes, ma'am.
Good, good, good. What program are you in at Central Georgia Tech?
I'm in the adult education program, the GED.
Great.
GED.
Oh, you're working on your GED.
Yes,
That is wonderful. How long have you been there?
I've been there since November of 2023.
Great. That is great. That's great. Why did you decide to go back to school?
Why?
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go back to school because I was at home alone, didn't have nothing else really to do but look at TV. But before my father passed, he had promised. Matter of fact, he told me, make sure you go get your education, finish school. And ever since, from that time, I've been kept it in my mind. I always want to go back. I feel it was more for me to do than just be home, raising kids. And that was my goal in the back of my mind. I always wanted to go back because I know it's very important to finish school. Mm-hmm. And also, I found out that the many, even my family, there are 2 adult kids in my family, they didn't finish. And I want to let them know that no matter what, you can go get it. It's there, you can get it. And I want them also mainly let them know no age, that is not a limit for no age.
Okay.
You can go get it.
Well, you mentioned 2 things, Ms. Coon, that's of interest to me. You said that your children, how many children do you have?
I have 7 children.
7 children.
Yes, ma'am.
That is wonderful. That's wonderful. And you also said that age was not a factor in keeping you from returning to school. So I'm going to ask this question. I know ladies are sometimes sensitive about this,
Yes.
but how old are you, Ms. Coon?
I am 73.
73 years old?
Yes.
Wow. Wow. You know, I've heard that it's never too late to get an education, and that as long as we're here, we should not stop learning. So you are a living example of that. So tell me what you want to do when you complete your GED.
Well, I'm thinking, I hope I'm not too old, I can get me a job.
Okay, you want to work?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's a good thing. That's a good. What do you want to do?
I want to work with children.
Wow. Now you had 7 children.
Yes.
And you still want to work with
Yes.
children.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. I hear a calling there. So let me ask you this: what did you talk to your children before you returned to school to tell them that you were going back to school?
Not all of them, just those that would probably encourage me. Not all of them,
Good.
but I did.
Good. And what was their response? How did they take that?
One was okay. The others was good. They told me go for it. Go for it. Go for it.
Exactly. You know, it's very important when you return to school, especially at an older age, to have support in place to help you go back to school. And when I talk about support, I'm talking about things like transportation and child care, but you don't have small children.
No.
I'm talking about money being a factor, things of that nature. And so that's why the support network is so important. Let's talk about the transportation for a minute. My understanding is, now I have not run into you on the streets, but I understand that you drive yourself to class every day.
Yes, ma'am, I do. Yes. Definitely.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, and so that's not a challenge for you. That doesn't bother you.
No, it's a good thing for me
Why?
because I can do it for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And my mind is good. I can see. I have a good mind. And at my age, being my age, you know, you might have a problem there, but God had blessed me. I can see, I can do for myself. I can run, jump.
Wow.
I can cook.
Wow.
So I thank God for it.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I need to stick with you with that running and jumping. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let me ask you this, Miss Coon. What advice? We're here in Macon, Georgia. What advice would you give someone else, particularly somebody around your age who's been out of school a long time, didn't finish, they want to go back, but they're scared? What advice would you give them in order to get them to come back to school as a student yourself?
The advice I would give them, think about it. If I can do it, you can do it.
Okay.
At my age, if I can do it, you can do it. There's no limit. There's no limitation.
Okay. So suppose they had transportation issues.
Well, from what I understand from going to school, I'm not sure. You could do it online, but I'm not sure.
You can. You can.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it
So
online.
you're saying that there are always some other options.
Absolutely.
If the first option doesn't work, look for the second option.
Absolutely. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Tell me this: how has Central Georgia Tech encouraged you to stick with it? Stick with the program.
Well, they can encourage me by being patient with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Help me if I don't understand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the math. but if I keep trying, I can get it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it's okay for me to ask questions, if I don't understand, I can get it. If you explain it to me, maybe more than one time, or maybe more than two times, I can get it. I'm determined to get it. It might take me longer than others, but with the help, goodness of the Lord, and with my daughter Amy over there, they encouraged me to go for it.
I like what you said, that if they encourage me, if I can ask questions, if they can provide maybe some extra time for me to get it, if I don't get it in the classroom, I can do it. And it has been my experience with Central Georgia Tech that they do not mind going the last mile of the way with you. They are your ride or die. They will stick with you. And they encourage you all. I've heard that. I've seen that. So with that being said, what advice would you give to the younger generation about getting their high school diploma or GED? What would you tell them?
Don't drop by. Go for it. Don't stop. Because when you stop and you go back and try to get your GED, it's a little harder.
Yes. Yes. I thought that was the case. I think that's good advice. So if you get it the first time, that's the best time to get it. However, if that does not work out, that option is still there for them to attend the GED program at Central Georgia Technical College.
Yes.
As an employee of a college at Mercer University, we believe in education in America. It is the primary tool that puts you in the game to compete for other positions in life, to improve your lifestyle. And so that's why we partner with Central Georgia Tech. They share our vision about the importance of education in America. And so I think you just hit on that in the advice you gave to our young people. Take advantage of the opportunities that are there right now to go ahead and get your GED. Thank you so much for being with us today, Ms. Coon. You've done a remarkable job. I look forward to being at your graduation soon. I do. I can't wait. Can I sit with your family?
Yes.
Okay. I look forward to doing that. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
And thank you.
Yes, ma'am.